Part 4. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 31. Jinli painting talismans is not like the Suanman Taoist priests in the world, who use specific props such as cinnabar yellow paper. Taoists need to use specific props because their runes need to borrow the power of specific gods and have exclusive rituals and shapes. For example, there is a famous talisman in Suanman called Wulei Zhengtian Talisman, which is to use part of the power of thunder punishment heavenly venerate to destroy evil by drawing talismans. But Jinli is different. The power on the talisman she drew came from herself. Is a gift. Therefore, foreign objects are just a kind of container used to carry her own luck to her. It's like thunder punishment. Tianzun wants to draw a talisman and inject his own thunder power. Even if he draws a bastard on it, he can be happy with it. In the past, when she was in the heaven, Jinli liked to use jade jewelry or colorful spirit stones to make good luck charms, because she liked these beautiful and shiny good things. But now there is obviously no such condition, and now Jinli has no way to draw patterns on these hard objects with divine sense. She can only use the most primitive method, hand painting. Jinli found a few pieces of paper, and bit by bit, drew a mysterious and complex pattern, and at the end folded it into the shape of small stars, and placed them in a small beautiful in a glass jar. Such a small glass jar, with a delicate little star in it, is tied with a silver ribbon at the mouth of the bottle, and it is the same beautiful ornament wherever it is worn on the body. Jinli drew 10 pictures in total, and placed 10 beautiful small jars neatly together. Now that she has no divine power, the effect of the good luck charm that she draws is greatly reduced. Naturally, it will not be the kind of treasure that can even affect the luck of the gods. Of course, if it is really such a talisman, it is not suitable for mortals to use. A talisman whose effectiveness has been greatly weakened will probably not affect a person's luck for about a month, so that the wearer can go smoothly. If within this month, the wearer of the talisman has a special wish to be fulfilled, the lucky charm will greatly increase the probability of its fulfillment. Jinli glanced at it with satisfaction, then started to open Weibo and sent a message. Jinli is a Koi Acridine V, I have made 10 good luck charms when I have nothing to do. My fans forward this Weibo and like it to participate in the lottery, and have a chance to win carrot. 2 photos were taken on the back, one is a selfie of Jinli himself, and the other is a delicate and small glass jar. Netizens have always been very enthusiastic about the lottery. Soon, this Weibo was quickly forwarded. In the eyes of fans, no matter what their favorite idols give them, they can blow a flower. Our Jinli is really ingenious and can draw good luck charms, which is really great. Choose me. Choose me. Jinli, look at me. What a beautiful lucky charm. Suck my pears for beauty every day. Today's Jinli is a degree more beautiful than yesterday. Blowing the beauty of Jinli, I will love you forever. In the same way, in the eyes of black fans, no matter what Jinli does, it is a black spot. Good luck charm. The actress next door who has been smashed forwarded the lottery to give at least a full set of lipsticks. You really have the face to give this stuff. It's a shame to want to be popular but not willing to spend money, no wonder you've always been a fool. Ha 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 or ITMXS, good luck charm. The kids don't play anymore. Tisk, whoever forwards it is an idiot. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 32. Jinli, who has been paying attention to the number of retweets on Weibo, found that although the number of retweets on this Weibo rose rapidly at the beginning, after that, the momentum declined. She flipped through the comments below and found that not only black fans, but also many passers-by expressed no interest in this kind of thing and were too lazy to turn around. Jinli's eyes widened. These humans. No vision. Her good luck charm, even in the heaven, is a good thing. They actually hate it? Angry. Jin Lee is not a person who can bear it, and immediately picked up the phone and typed, "Don't underestimate my transfer charm, if it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't take it out at all." Saying it's a rubbish and deceiving thing, I don't put any harsh words, just one, my prize, don't even think about winning it in your life. Look, this can confirm the rumor of a grumpy temper. The sunspots grabbed this Weibo and began to say that Jin Lee was rude to fans. But does Jin Lee care? She doesn't want to market any sunny and gentle characters, and she doesn't consider herself in the circle at all. She looked at Weibo angrily for a while, and felt that it was very unnecessary for her to have the same knowledge as a group of mortals. In short, when the time comes, the people who receive the good luck charm will see the effect, and this group of sunspots will know what is called a koi pair and a koi. Still a little pissed off. So Jin Lee got up and walked to the huge floor-to-ceiling full-length mirror in the cloakroom next door to stare at herself for a long time. Well, the skin is much whiter and tenderer than when I first came to this body, and the eyebrows and eyes are more and more like myself. It sure is getting more and more beautiful. Happy. Her heart finally calmed down. Sure enough, beauty makes people happy. Because of her anger, Jin Lee held back her Weibo for several days until the day of the lottery draw. As soon as she opened Weibo, she was almost taken aback by the huge increase in the number of fans and various news. What's the situation? Jin Lee turned around and found that in just a few days, the number of his fans had increased by hundreds of thousands. It turned out that the lottery activity that I organized was on the hot search, and the ranking was still very high. Of course, this hot search is not a good word, mainly to say that he is stingy, and incidentally mentioned the matter of his own fans. Another reason is that it is the official guest list for the next program of thriller Uninhabited Island. Jin Lee's name was on the list, and whether it was intentional or unintentional by the program crew, she deliberately put her name together with Lu Qingyuan. This time is incredible. A large wave of murderous black fans descended under Jin Lee's Weibo, questioning the intentions of the program team, scolding Jin Lee for giving the program team any benefits in secret, intending to touch the male god Ci Lu again, and greeting Jin Lee's family. There are not a few people, there is the most excessive ID called Yingfen Weeping Heeze, who actually posted a former white man. A black and white photo of Jin Lee's refined half-length photo. Jin Lee. Even during this period of time, she had long been used to being hacked by netizens wearing by Jin Lee's shell, but she couldn't help but get angry when she saw this. She didn't care about other people, she alone ate the netizen who took the photo of P. At Yingfenglisht, there is a God when you raise your head 3 feet up, but you still need to accumulate morality. Don't think that you can do whatever you want on the internet, but you have to pay it back yourself. I saw this ite with tears in the wind. He didn't take it to heart, and was even in the mood to go out and have a barbecue. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is sweet as honey, love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhezhi. Chapter 33. Yingfengli himself is a bastard who wandered around after graduating from high school. Later, he learned about the profession of Navy Army in a group in Canada, and became a professional troll to make a living. At the beginning, he just went to black people rhythmically according to the requirements of those who paid the money. But slowly, he found the fun in it. He found that every time he scolded the glamorous stars in real life, he always felt infinite satisfaction in his heart. Yes. What if you stand tall and hug in real life? I don't still scold you on the internet. Because of this satisfaction, his scolding became more and more severe. Sometimes, even if no one pays him to be a black man, he likes to go to Weibo to find someone to scold him. This time he came to Jin Lee's Weibo, but no one organized him to come. A woman like Jin Lee, in real life, is a goddess that he has never been able to touch in his life. Sometimes he fantasizes that he will become prosperous one day and can do whatever he wants to these beautiful and bright female stars, and at the same time, he especially likes to scold them as actors on the internet, secretly speculating that those popular female stars are betrayed. Body unspoken rules upper position. Tears in the Wind can be said to be the epitome of the wretched keyboard warriors in this land. At this moment, he was sitting in the dark low-rent housing, with various fast food boxes and empty beverage cans piled on the table, and looked at Jin Lee's reply with a sneer on his face. He even thought that he would change some words later and scold Jin Lee again. As for your retribution? Heh, he doesn't know how many people he has sprayed in the past few years. If there is real retribution, he will have retribution already on him, so can he wait until now? Yingfeng sneered while holding up the beer in hand to take a sip, but he didn't expect the bottle to be empty long ago. He cursed lowly and got up to go to the corner to get a few more cans. As a result, as soon as he lifted his foot, he stepped on something he didn't know, and he fell backwards. The low-quality computer desk couldn't bear the weight of an adult man, and after struggling twice, it fell down with a click. The back of Yingfeng's tearful head slammed into the broken wooden stick on the table, causing a sharp pain, and as soon as his eyes darkened, he lost consciousness. Jin Lee didn't know about these things. But she knew that the guy with the last photo of P would not have a good end. She privately chatted with the 10 fans who won the lottery, and after getting their contact information and address, she sent the lucky charm. Before she could wait for the feedback from fans, she received a call from the crew of the thrilling uninhabited island. They were coming to pick her up for the shooting location tomorrow, and the staff sent her some precautions and reminded her to pack her luggage in advance. When Jin Lee took the special vehicle of the thriller No Man's Island program team to the shooting location, in a rental house in an urban village in a southern city, the landlord found that the tenant could not be reached by phone, and opened the door to find a comatose person weeping in the wind. It took more than 4 hours to drive from the imperial capital to the uninhabited island, and the filming had already started from the car. The younger brother in charge of photography and the accompanying staff suddenly faced Jin Lee himself, and were directly dazzled by Lisa, who was 3 points more amazing than the retouched picture. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 34. Originally, according to the director's arrangement, the staff wanted to ask Jin Lee some edging questions and try to create some eye-catching topics. For example, what do you think about the previous affairs with Lu Qingyuan? However, facing the quiet, well-behaved, and graceful little fairy sitting on the seat, several people felt that they really couldn't ask such crazy questions. The accompanying host who was sitting next to him couldn't even help his tone. Hello Jin Lee, how do you feel about participating in the thrilling uninhabited island this time? Have you watched our show before? Are you nervous? Jin Lee thought for a while, and then asked a question, now, have you started recording the show? The host was stunned for a moment before nodding with a smile, yes, the recording has already started, and we will also publish the content of the interview to our official website and cooperation platform as soon as possible. That's it? Jin Lee touched her cheek and whispered, fortunately, I put on makeup when I went out, otherwise the audience would see me not so beautiful. Host. This kind of thing, shouldn't it be enough to secretly rejoice in my heart? Fortunately, Jin Lee began to answer questions seriously after sighing, I am very happy to be invited by the program team to participate in the thrilling uninhabited island. As for whether you have seen it before. She winked at the host and smiled brightly, I believe few people haven't watched such a popular show, right? The host took a deep breath in his heart. He finally understood why Jin Lee had so much black material in the past, and it was no longer possible for him to become an ordinary star. But now, Jin Lee can still participate in domestic first-line variety shows such as The Thrilling Uninhabited Island. Just when he blinked his eyes and watched Jin Lee smile, the host especially wanted to hold out everything he had, just to make Jin Lee smile to him more. What a stupid idea. The host secretly spurned himself in the bottom of his heart. He is also a lot of old people. There are so many handsome guys and beauties that he has seen in this industry, but he is still so indecisive. The host thought so, and Jin Lee spoke again. I'm not nervous, but I'm very curious about what tasks we will encounter this time. This is the more official answer. The host chatted with Jin Lee a few more topics, including her usual hobbies and interests, what she likes to do and so on. It's almost time to chat for a while. It was still early before the destination. Jin Lee looked at the scenery outside the window and felt a little bored after watching it for a long time. She couldn't help looking back at the host. Can I sleep for a while? The host froze for a moment and nodded. He didn't expect that Jin Lee's concentration was so good, and she still wanted to sleep at such a time. Wouldn't she be nervous? Jin Lee didn't know what tension was at all. She took out a small mirror from her small bag, and looked at herself carefully. She felt that she was still a perfect little fairy today. Even if she fell asleep, she should have a beautiful face without dead ends. She put away the small mirror, leaned her head slightly to one side, closed her eyes, and quickly fell asleep. At this moment, the weather outside the window is just right, and there is golden sunlight through the slightly open car window, kissing the sleeping girl gently on the face. The years are quiet and the people are picturesque. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 35. The photographer understood rationally that he did not need to record this scene. Because the interview time of each guest's program is fixed before the show, Jin Lee's previous interviews have occupied enough shots. However, his hands are already a pair of mature hands. He has his own thoughts and can't help but faithfully record this scene. Jin Lee was awakened by the staff. The host was afraid that Jin Lee would be nervous before, but he never expected that people would fall asleep with their eyes closed, and they would sleep for several hours, with a big heart. Jin Lee opened her eyes in confusion. She sat blankly on the seat, still not awake. This is her habit. Every time she wakes up, it takes a minute or two to buffer. During this buffer time, although she woke up on the bright side, her consciousness was still in a state of who am I, where am I, and what am I doing? The host doesn't know this. All he saw was Jin Lee's sleepy and dazed expression, with a cute expression like a child's. Today was the first time he saw Jin Lee himself, but in just a few hours, he overturned all his previous cognitions about this woman. It's hard to imagine that a person can have two such conflicting attributes, brilliance and innocence at the same time. Maybe Jin Lee's current appearance is too relaxed, so that the host couldn't help but relax and made a joke. Jin Lee should wake up. If you don't leave again, be careful that the master who is driving will drag us away and sell it. As soon as these words came out, the host was stunned for a moment. He has a daughter, who is at the age of elementary school, and also wants to sleep when he is in the car. Every time his daughter was like this, he would joke around like that. How did it come out smoothly? Just as the host was about to say something to stray from this, he saw Jin Lee turned his head blankly and gave him a blank look. The expression was a little aggrieved. No, don't sell Jin Lee. Host. Puff. The photographer and another staff member who hadn't gotten off the bus next to him couldn't hold back and laughed out loud. The host was also stunned for a moment before he couldn't help but smile. Dare this person hasn't woken up yet. The smiles of a few people made Jin Lee laugh sober. She shook her head, remembering what she had just said. The little fairy looked a little embarrassed. It was rare for her to feel a little embarrassed. After all, as a perfect little fairy, she shouldn't behave so stupidly. She thought about it for a while, and asked the photographer, that part just now was not recorded, right? The upright photographer nodded and didn't say a word. Of course it was recorded. Jin Lee breathed a sigh of relief. The host gave the photographer an admiring look. Motherland language, broad and profound. Even a nod has several meanings. The car arrived at a beach. There were large parasols on the beach, and several people had already gathered there. Jin Lee arrived late. She walked over to the place where the few people gathered. If there was no accident, these people should be the guests of this issue of the thrilling uninhabited island. There were 2 men and 2 women on the beach. 3 of them were talking together, with another girl in a yellow dress standing a little further away, seemingly playing on her phone. When Jin Lee approached, the 3 people who were talking seemed to be talking about an interesting topic and laughed loudly. One of the men facing Jin Lee saw Jin Lee, and his laughter stopped abruptly. Immediately afterwards, he turned his head as if embarrassed, and quickly turned back, with a graceful smile on his face, and nodded towards Jin Lee. The 4th shift is over, the school has started, and there is no one in the book review area. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is sweet as honey, love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhezhi. Chapter 36. The man's performance naturally attracted the attention of the other 2. Including the girl who was standing on the side playing with her mobile phone alone, the 4 of them looked over here in unison. Then, Jin Lee heard a clear gasp from the girl in the yellow dress and another man. Jin Lee could clearly see that the 4 people looked at him with surprise and unconcealed amazement. Jin Lee is very satisfied with this. She stepped forward and greeted them. "Hello, I'm Jin Lee, are you also the guests of this show?" The first man who saw Jin Lee was the first to introduce himself. "Hello Jin Lee, my name is Peng Fei, and I'm a fitness trainer." "Fitness coach? That is amateur." Several others also introduced themselves. Another handsome man was a dancer named He Yet. Wearing a light white suit, the pretty girl's name is Su Zai, and she is a newcomer just signed by Fengsheng Entertainment. Finally, the girl in the yellow skirt standing on the side blushed and said that her name was Lan Ting, a college student who had just graduated. Jin Lee calculated it in her heart, that is to say, including herself and Lu Qingyuan, who had not come yet. Among the 6 guests invited in this episode of the show, there were 3 insiders and 3 outsiders. Among the 3 outsiders, seeing He and Peng Fei dressed up and talking, they are obviously not ordinary people in the public sense. On the contrary, Lan Ting looked very restrained, and her performance was very in line with the appearance of a normal college graduate who was on this kind of show for the first time. As for Su Zai, even if the company Fengsheng Entertainment is a big player in the industry, it is obviously unusual for a rookie who has just signed a contract to be able to perform such a show. As men, Peng Fei and He Ye almost couldn't turn their eyes when they saw Jin Lee. Su Zai watched from the side. The 2 men who had been attentive to him before, forgot him in a blink of an eye, and wanted to stick to Jin Lee. She rolled her eyes secretly. Although she also despised these 2 men in her heart, she still quite liked the feeling of being flattered. Before Jin Lee came, she was the absolute protagonist here. As for that poor Lan Ting, Su Zai didn't pay attention at all. But now, like Su Zai, she has become a background board. Su Zai looked at Jin Lee, who was talking to several people, rolled her eyes, showed a sweet smile, and walked towards Jin Lee. "Sister Jin Lee, you are a few years older than me, don't you mind if I call you that?" Jin Lee turned her head and gave Su Zai a serious look. She didn't mind the name in her heart. In fact, she was only a few years older than Su Zai, she was clearly more than 1,000 years older. Human women don't like being called sister, because they feel that they call themselves old. But fairies don't get old, so Jin Lee doesn't care about that. But she didn't care about the title, but the maliciousness in Su Zai's words. Just like how En-ro felt to Jin Lee at that time, she clearly had a smile on her face, but the malice towards her came like a tide, sticky and uncomfortable. Jin Lee frowned, took a step back, and looked at Suzy coldly. "No, I don't mind, don't call me that." Suzy. According to the normal routine, shouldn't you be angry in your heart, but still keep a smile on your face? The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 37. Even if there is no live broadcast now, Suzy knows that the camera is facing him and others. At that time, the program group will cut out some clips for advertising. Doesn't this woman, Jin Lee, know? Thinking of this, a smile flashed in Suzy's eyes. This idiot. I don't know. If there is a conflict between the guests in the early stage, as long as it is not too ugly, the program team must be happy to cut it out as a topic for the audience to see. Until then, everyone will see Jin Lee's narrow-mindedness and bad temper. On the contrary, it is myself. Suzy showed an apologetic look. "I'm sorry, Jin Lee, I called you sister out of respect for the seniors, I thought you wouldn't mind this." Jin Lee took a serious look at her, and suddenly showed a smile. "It's okay, just don't do this next time." She sighed a little. "After all, I am such a good-tempered person." Suzy. She gritted her teeth secretly. Just as she was about to say something, Lan Ting suddenly let out a small scream. Several people were attracted. Jin Lee followed Lan Ting's line of sight to the other side. The sea breeze seemed to soften at this moment. Under the backlight, a person walked slowly towards the side from not far away. Obviously it is a very simple walking action, but he seems to be different from ordinary people, with a unique gentleness and calmness. He didn't walk very fast, but the figure was slowly approaching, and gradually, even his eyebrows and eyes became clear. The man's eyebrows and eyes were clear and tender, and his eyes were gentle, like clouds and mists in the distant mountains, and the spring breeze and drizzle. Lan Ting lowered her voice, and even her tone trembled with excitement. "My God, it's really Lu Shen." Lu Shen was originally a title that fans called Lu Qingyuan's violin performances because of his superb violin performance. Later, it was recognized by the majority of fans and became the exclusive title of fans. Jin Lee was sensitively aware that the whole atmosphere had changed because of Lu Qingyuan's arrival. The ladies couldn't help but quietly change their standing positions, trying to show their best side in front of him. The men also raised vigilance. The male instinct makes them feel a subtle hostility in their hearts when they encounter a strong opponent. Jin Lee was the only one, who was neither secretly vigilant like men who pretended not to care, nor like the girls who were superficially reserved but always glanced at Lu Qingyuan. A pair of very fair eyes fell on Lu Qingyuan, and she did not hide her admiration at all. "Ah, this man looks better than the video." The main thing is temperament, which is too ethereal, and no matter how realistic the video is, it will not be able to achieve an immersive effect. Jin Lee's eyes were too straightforward, to the point that Lu Qingyuan couldn't ignore it. He looked over curiously, and was stunned for a moment when he saw Jin Lee's face, and then he reacted with a just right smile. "Miss Jin Lee, it's nice to meet you." Not Miss Bai, but Miss Jin Lee. Obviously, Lu Qingyuan had seen Jin Lee's statement. This is a man who is very considerate and pays attention to details. Jin Lee's affection for him suddenly increased greatly. She showed a bright smile at the other party. "It's a pleasure to meet, Mr. Lu." When she called out this title, she paused in her heart and suddenly thought of Bai Yan and another man called Mr. Lu. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 38. Why do you remember him again? Jin Lee's delicate little nose wrinkled. She didn't hate Lu Zhenjia. After all, the other party was so good-looking, and he recognized her beauty and charm very much. It's just that Jin Lee felt that the frequency of thinking about him was too high. Probably because the other party was the first human to confess to himself. When there are more people who confess themselves in the future, it will not be so strange. Jin Li thought so. She turned her attention back to her eyes. Lu Qingyuan was a little surprised at the Jin Li he saw. He didn't say how much he hated Jin Li because of what happened to Morningstar, but at least he wouldn't have a good impression. But seeing the real person today, he felt that it was different from what he imagined. He is a man who is addicted to music, and music has given him a keen intuition far beyond ordinary people. When he saw Jin Li's clear eyes, he knew that the other party would not be a person who would do anything for prosperity. A person who is obsessed with wealth and management will not have such a pair of eyes that look to the end and such a bright smile. Lu Qingyuan moved in his heart. A faint thought appeared in his mind. However, this was just a sudden thought, and it wasn't the right time, so he held back and didn't say it. Su Zai, who was standing aside, thought that when two people who had great grievances on the internet met, there was bound to be a good show to watch. Who would have thought that instead of having a cold face, the two of them exchanged greetings like old friends? Could it be that this Lu Qingyuan is the same as those superficial men who don't remember anything when he sees Jin Li's fox face? Su Zai bit her lip and couldn't help but stepped forward and got between the two of them. "Hello Lushan, my name is Su Zai, I especially like your performance." Su Zai looked at Lu Qingyuan with a look of admiration. Lu Qingyuan smiled at her, "Thank you, Miss Su." Su Zai looked carefree. "Everyone will participate in the show together in the future. Lu Shen, don't be so eloquent, just call me Yi Yi." Everyone was watching. Someone like Lu Qingyuan wouldn't be able to save the face of a little girl. He called out Yi Yi instead. With a smug smile on Su Zai's face, she glanced at Jin Li secretly. However, in the next second, Lu Qingyuan turned to look at Jin Li, then, "Jin Li, can I call you that?" Jin Li was holding her chin to watch Su Zai sing a play. No, she was watching the interaction between the two. After hearing Lu Qingyuan's words, she nodded indifferently, yes. Su Zai didn't expect that Lu Shen would involve by Jin Li like this. She secretly hated in her heart, and suddenly smiled, looking innocent. "Lu Shen, it was said on the internet that you admired Sister Jin Li, but is there such a thing?" She didn't believe it. She made it clear by herself that the two of them could still be as harmonious as they are now. Lu Qingyuan looked at the little girl seriously this time. The eyes are still as gentle, but there is 2 points less temperature. He said softly, "In terms of false rumors on the internet, don't take it seriously." He glanced at Jin Li again and smiled. "I saw Jin Li for the first time today, and I think she is much more spiritual than the photos." Jin Li accepted the compliment with a smile. "I think Lu Shen, you not only play the violin well, but also have a good eye. 3 shifts today. In the past 3 days, I have something to go out, and it is estimated that it is 3 more times. When I get home, I will resume the 4th watch. Are you looking for a recommended ticket?" 3. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 39. After Jin Li said that, she turned to look at Su Zai. "You little girl, you're not cute at all." Su Zai was dumbfounded. She stared at Jin Li. What did you say?" Jin Li didn't hide the dissatisfaction in his tone. "First, I said it all, I don't like you calling me sister, I don't have a sister as big as you." Second, she pointed to Lu Qingyuan and then to herself, "You like Lu Shen, but you don't like me. I can see that there is no need to smile at me. To be honest, it doesn't look good." "You," Su Zai's face flushed. "This is recording a show, not in private." She did not expect that Jin Li was so arrogant and straightforward. Su Zai's eyes were red, and tears had already rolled down. She looked at Jin Li aggrieved. I didn't think so." Jin Li grinned. "Don't show such a weak expression to me, The last person who did this, I haven't seen her for a long time. Suzy. She ran away and cried. The atmosphere was awkward for a while. Fortunately, the host of the program group arrived at this time and brought a message. This issue of our thriller and uninhabited island rules has undergone a small change, cancelling the quota of 2 permanent guests. That is to say, several of them will complete the task on the island alone without foreign aid. And finished a week. What? Suzy shouted in surprise. Jinli glanced at her, and she found that the tears on Suzy's face were no longer visible. I really envy these people, they can take everything freely. Suzy's surprise was not fake. She came in through the back door, and the sponsor behind her not only let her into the show The Thrilling No Man's Island, but also told her that she had already made an agreement with one of the resident guests, and the other party would meet him at that time. Secretly tell Suzy some insider stories, and bring Suzy with her every day so that she can get more shots. This time, the permanent guest has been cancelled. The cooked ducks all fly. How could Suzy not be surprised? Why cancel this temporarily? Suzy asked. The staff glanced at her and shook her head with a smile. This is the rule of the game temporarily decided by the planning team. More but refused to say. Suzy bit her lip and retreated angrily. Okay everyone, I'll take you to the hotel to rest. The 6 guests will have 2 days to get acquainted with each other, and 2 days later, a yacht will take them to the island, and a week-long live broadcast will begin. When getting into the car, Suzy glared at Jinli and walked up first angrily. She was in a bad mood at the moment, and since she had torn her face with Jinli before, she didn't bother to pretend anymore. Anyway, the previous interaction between the 2 people will be broadcast when the time comes, and viewers with eyes will be able to see who is arrogant and domineering. She is not afraid. Then everyone got into the car one after another. Lan Ting, who was the last to get on the bus, hesitated for a while, but walked to Jinli's side. Can I sit here? She asked quietly. Jinli nodded. Lan Ting's behavior made Suzy snort disdainfully. This petty woman doesn't know what kind of shit she had to win this show. Others don't know it, but Suzy knew it from the sponsor for a long time. The Thrilling Uninhabited Island explicitly said that 3 amateurs were selected from the registered audience. However, in fact, except for Lan Ting, the other 2 spent a huge amount of sponsorship fees to get the opportunity to be drawn to appear on the show. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 40. And from Lan Ting's dress, words, and deeds, it can be seen that the other party is not from a wealthy family. Suzy naturally looked down on her. When Jinli came, she saw Suzy chatting and laughing with the other 2 people. Lan Ting was standing by herself and playing with her cell phone. This is not because Lan Ting is arrogant and unfit, but because she is isolated by others. Lan Ting sat down beside Jinli. From now until the start of the show, the camera crew will no longer follow the guests, so the words and deeds of several people are more free than before. Lan Ting glanced at the other people, all doing their own thing. She whispered to Jinli, "It's not good for you to hate Suzy like that before. When the broadcast comes and the audience sees it, many people will scold you." Lan Ting pursed her lips. Jinli glanced at her and whispered back to her, "I'm not afraid." Seeing her being so heartless, Lan Ting hesitated for a while before saying, "When I came, I listened to 2 staff gossip in the bathroom, saying that Suzy came in looking for a relationship, and there was someone behind you. You be careful." "Are you saying this to yourself?" Jinli said seriously, "Since she has such a big background, are you not afraid that I will turn around and tell Suzy that I will sell you to keep you safe?" Lan Ting shook her head, "I don't think you would do this." "Why?" Lan Ting blushed a little. You look so good looking, you are not a bad person at first glance." Jinli was overjoyed by the sentence. "Yes, you are very discerning. The corners of her brows and eyes were full of pride, and her cheeks were slightly flushed with joy, like peach blossoms in spring, dazzling. When Suzy turned around and saw her appearance, she felt very dazzling. Seeing what Lan Ting was talking to her again, she couldn't help but ask, "What are you talking about, so happy?" Lan Ting suddenly closed her mouth. Jin Li glanced at Suzy and asked, "Do you want to know?" Seeing that everyone's eyes were on him, Suzy suddenly remembered his innocent and lovely character. She showed a smile. "When you are happy, say it and let's be happy together." Jin Li said, "I don't think you should listen anymore, you won't be happy when you hear it." Suzy. The more Jin Li said this, the more she wanted to know. She resisted the urge to slap the woman and forced a smile. "No, what can I be unhappy about?" "Are you sure you want to listen?" Jin Li asked. Suzy. She gritted her teeth, "I'm sure." "Oh, then I won't tell you." Suzy. Her eyes were red with anger. Seeing this, Jin Li hurriedly said, "Hey, don't cry." Suzy held back the tears that were about to burst out, and glared at Jin Li angrily. Jin Li sighed and looked at her with emotion. "I'm really scared of you little girls. Tears are shed at every turn. Those who don't know it think I'm bullying people." Suzy. Jin Li looked at everyone in the carriage. "Everyone has seen it, I've been so far away from her and haven't moved. She wants to cry, it's none of my business." Everyone. Suzy. There was an embarrassment in the car. Lu Qingyuan suddenly laughed and looked at Jin Li. "Look at you, don't joke around, it's scaring Yi." This is a relief for Jin Li, and it is directly regarded as a joke. Jin Li sighed, "Alas, after all, not everyone has a sense of humor like mine." Suzy.